Okay, hi, my name is Abigail Brown, and this is my audience. February 23rd was the best and the worst day of my life. Every year in late winter, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee hosts an annual Christian convention called Challenge Youth Conference, otherwise known as CYC. August 2024, I decided to start taking me and my two younger siblings to church service. My little brother, who is 14, is naturally very outgoing and has several close friends at the church. And I, on the other hand, am very reserved and take longer to open up to new people. And it was very challenging to find a place in the community that was already established at the church. On the way home from Knoxville, one of the church adults came up to me and said, "So, after CYC, have you given any more thought to being baptized?" And I decided to say something that was so spontaneous, but also so thought over. I told him, "Yes, I am ready to be baptized. I will do it tonight at Sunday service." By the time I arrived at church, I was so exhausted yet so filled with joy from the late nights and early mornings of the convention. I could barely keep my eyes open as I drove home from the church, and all I could think about was how comfy my bed would feel after being away for 3 days. And as I was going to my room to take the best nap of my life, my dad called us into the living room. This is when I began to pick up on the subtle hints of the situation. My mom's car that wasn't in the driveway, my sister's tears on her face, and my dad's somber expression flooded through my mind as I wondered what he could possibly be about to say. And then he said, "Your grandfather died this morning. He had a sudden stroke." And that completely flipped our world upside down. We had never even imagined what life would be like without him. And in all the blur of emotions, I just decided to postpone my baptism for another day. But after 3 hours of grieving and mourning the death, I walked into my kitchen and I looked at my phone. And then I decided to do something that would change my life forever. I ran into my living room where my brother and my sister were still crying. And I said, "I changed my mind again. We're going." And I drove them to the church service that was about to begin. And as I walked in the church service, the weight of not having many close relationships or family there began to weigh on me, because I looked around at all the people in the all the families in the pews that were worshiping and singing together. And even though I had my two siblings and my best friend by my side, my mom was helping my grandmother more, and my dad was sick and couldn't be there, and I didn't have the mental capacity to call anyone else to tell them what I was doing. So the thoughts of everything that had happened in the last 12 hours were floating through my mind as I was about to walk up to be baptized. Then as I came up from the water, I saw all the church members that decided to take time out of their day to come be with me on my special day. On the people that I had just come to know, the people that I have not yet spoken to, classmates, friends, and my siblings all sang old church hymns from the moment I stepped out of the bathroom to the moment I rose soaking wet from the baptismal water. While it was not in any way my intention to push religion on anyone here in the audience or anyone in my college audience online, it is my intention to push community. No one deserves to go through life's hardships alone, and with the right community, it can have a lasting impact on your life in more ways than you can imagine. So whether that be a club you're interested in, a new sport, or a new religion, take the step out of your comfort zone to find the community that you wish to have. Thank you for your time.